Afternoon.
Yeah.
It's been one of those days that Frey's had to make me another coffee. But look, I'm in my Ellis Quads Polaris mug.
And you've got your backup coffee for when this one's finished.
I've also got more.
Yes.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, which you don't need to know, but I'm here making excuses already for the fact that this might not make complete sense. It gets very complicated when you start looking into the details of our feed, but I'm going to try and simplify it with the help of Frey, who is behind the camera, and Anne, hello, who is just going to make me laugh the whole time because that's what Anne does.
You also get to see our feed room.
Yes,
you don't come back off. You don't come back here often. There we go.
No. So do tell me if you can't hear what I'm saying. I was hoping that our new microphones were going to arrive in time, but they haven't. So I'm just going to shout. So let me know if you can't hear me or you need Frey to repeat anything I'm saying. So we're here in our Friesian kitchen. This is where we make all the feeds. And we have all the bowls set out, and what you'll see is along the back here are, I was going to say the evening feeds. Let me start again. Right, all the bowls are colour coordinated. Frey, I'm going to need you to keep me on track.
Okay.
Every bowl is colour coordinated, so we have a different colour for each horse, and that helps us keep track of who's getting what. I would love to say that they all get exactly the same, but because they all have individual needs, we give them all different supplements. So there's a lot that is the same, but it's really important in case other people are handing out the feeds that everybody knows what their colour is so that the right horse gets the right supplement and the right medication, because we don't want that getting mixed up. So I'll just run you through. These are the ones that effectively we class as being up at the yard, and the ones that are up at the yard will get 2 feeds a day. It's just something that we do because they hang around and they know that feeding time is in the morning and in the afternoon, whereas ones in the field don't know any different. They know they get fed once a day. So along here we have, in the yellow and green, that's Renska, Nika, Anya, Hida, Prince, Nero. And we will go over those again. We then have the girls, and if you've joined our morning feed times, then you'll have seen us going out and feeding the girls. So green, we have Micah, pink is Spesh, purple, mauve, whatever colour you'd like to call it, is Peppa Pig, Mabel. Yellow is Doubtson, our resident giraffe, and then apricot, kind of orangey colour, is Skinny Innie. We then have over here Red, the man-eater, Yolanda, who is living with her wife-beater at the moment. No, he's quite nice to us, sorry. And this very large bowl is Hoitsy Poitsy, who gets more than anybody else for a number of reasons that I'll explain in a minute. We then have the 3 boys. So yellow and blue is Weirdo or Uber, blue is Iceman, and the silver is our wonderful Angel Eyes. So feeding, basically the feeds are done either by myself, Frey, or Lisa. And we have over here a board that explains what everybody gets, although because it's the 3 of us, we generally know. For all my life with the horses, I tend to adjust it slightly day to day, because I work on the basis that I'll adjust the feed a little bit, depending on what the horse has done, how they're looking that day, but it's a very small amount, or I'll just mention to Frey or Lisa and they'll adjust the feed accordingly. But if for any reason the 3 of us weren't here, which I don't think would ever happen, at least if anybody is having to come in and feed them, then it's all on the board, what they get. We won't show you too much of that because it's very complicated. So we have all our supplements up here, overseen by our little Christmas decoration, courtesy of Susan. So I'm going to come to the supplements and the medications after we've put in the basics of what we feed. So over here, and we've had a feed delivery this morning, so we've had a whole pallet load of feed that you're going to see in Frey's Friday video that I'm sure will get posted tonight. Her and Anne have put all of this away. If we order from Thunderbrooks, where we get the majority of the feed from, if we order a pallet of feed, they're very good to us and they give us a 20% discount. However, if we run out of any of these feeds during that 2-month window that we try to get enough feed for, then we do have to pay full price for it. So as much as we can, because we rely so much on all of you buying these foods off the wish list, we try and be as cost efficient as we can and get as many of the feeds in on a pallet as we can. So the core staple diet are these meadow nuts. Okay, so over here we have them in one of our chests. Oh, and we have a big bowl of them here. And these 2 scoops, which I shouldn't say, but they're top spec scoops, and we don't use top spec feed. But Thunderbrooks don't do scoops this size. Okay, so I'm going to cheat because my memory doesn't serve me well enough, and it's easier for me to tell you about these meadow nuts. They all get them not because they need extra feed, because obviously they get the haylage and the grass every day. But the main reason for giving them the meadow nuts is it's all meadow grass. There's no ryegrass in it. It's all high in fibre. I'm going to read it off here. They're produced primarily from traditional meadow grasses. I'm not going to read through them all. There's no modern hybrid ryegrass. This is the most important thing, there's no chemical fertilisers that are used on any of the grassland or the farm where the meadow nuts are produced from. They're tested for pesticide and herbicide, and they're free from both of those. And this was a really important factor to us when we were choosing to go with this company, because having looked at our own diets, particularly myself and Jodie, and I'm sure you, Frey, you're very conscious of these things as well. You know, it's really important that what we put into our own bodies is as natural as possible. And we'd seen a lot of difference in our own health, and it was like, why aren't we doing this for the horses? There's so many chemicals that are used in so many products these days. So we did a lot of research. I had some help from Mel, our trainer, who had also changed the diet of her horses. And we ended up with this company, Thunderbrooks, with their feeds. And I have to say, to start with, the horses weren't keen on it because it's all very low in sugar and they weren't eating it very well. But as soon as, I guess, their microbiome started changing in their own digestive system, then they started to enjoy it a little more. So, sorry, I'm jumping from one thing to another. So they don't need the hard feed, but the reason we give them this is because each of them need a different supplement to help them with their own individual issues. And because they come as a powder or a granule, we can't just feed them that. So we have to have something that we can mix it with. So we mix it with the meadow nuts. So every day, all of them, apart from JB doesn't get his own, does he?
He just shares.
He does share. All of them get a little scoop of meadow nuts each. So, do you want me to take the camera, Frey, and you
Yes.
can put them
Or
all in?
Anne.
There you go,
There
Anne.
you go, Anne.
So just for clarity then, Tracy,
Yeah.
these meadow nuts are just there to enable you to feed the supplements.
Yes,
It's the vehicle for you to get the supplements to the horses in a nice way.
it is. And you'll see, you know, that you can feed them dry like this. But I'm a great believer in giving as much hydration to the feed as possible. So what we do is we soak these.
Yeah.
And then it makes it a far more palatable feed, and particularly for the horses that suffer with diastema, which is where they have gaps within their teeth and where the food can get impacted. The softer we can make this and the wetter it is, then the better, and it just makes it a much nicer feed. But there's no reason why you couldn't go up to them and give them a handful.
So it's like eating dry brown flakes as opposed to putting milk on.
Yeah, I suppose so. Don't know. I don't eat cereals or brown flakes. You know.
You don't need bran flakes. We won't go there.
Yeah, we won't
As
go
we
there.
were.
Yeah, don't do cereals. So we'll leave Frey to put a scoop of this in every feed. So I will come round. And I don't know whether any of you on here are wanting to know, you can show Frey and I'll go and stand with Frey, wanting to know costs, because, you know, it starts getting quite complicated. But basically, each bag of meadow nuts costs £18.55.
So that's one of those bags there.
That's one of these bags.
£18.55.
And we go through one of these bags basically half a bag a day.
Yeah.
It might actually be more since I have this spreadsheet. So don't
So
hold me
minimal,
to any of the
£18.
figures, but it's to give you a bit of a guideline.
Yeah.
So you'll see Frey is putting a scoop in every one of the feeds. And sometimes in the summer, we might only do sort of 2/3 of a scoop, or with the girls that, you know, they're a little on the tubby side. Not that this is going to put weight on.
Yeah.
We might give them a little bit less.
Yeah.
Because they're not necessarily as hungry, and we don't want them leaving the feed that's got their supplements in. Now, you'll see when we get to Hoitzer actually gets 3 scoops of nuts in his tea and his breakfast.
Yeah.
Now, Hoitzer is one of our biggest Friesians, and he's always been a very good doer. So, for anybody who doesn't know what I mean by that, a good doer is one that actually doesn't need any extra because they hold their weight really well.
Oh.
So, like Mabel, Spesh, the majority of them don't need extra feed to keep their weight on. But Hoitzer is an older boy now. He has problems with his teeth, so he's not always getting everything. So he might be quidding and spitting some of it out or dribbling it. Plus, he's dropping an older horse very easily drops their top line, so they lose the muscle along their back and along their quarters. So we have to give them a little bit extra. And I know if we literally just gave him meadow nuts, you'd start to see more dips forming in his back. You'd start to see his spine more.
Goodness.
And he wouldn't look as well. And, you know, there's not many of them that we have to supplement with more feed, but he's one of them, and I'll come on to the others in a little bit. Now, you'll notice down here that the silver bowl, Hunnis, doesn't have any meadow nuts, and this was some really good advice that I got from the Thunderbrooks nutritional team when we decided to change onto their feeds. And they advised, because of all the issues that he's had with his sarcoids over the years, that it was probably better that he went on their feed that is called Organic Fusion. And I'm just going to see whether they gave me an explanation.
So he's the only one that's on Organic Fusion.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember what they said, but
But it was some.
Organic Fusion
It was.
definitely works for him.
It related to his sarcoids.
It did. So what we'll do is we'll go to the Organic Fusion, which we've got in here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frey.
And let's have a look. It's a good job Frey's tall and strong. Flipping neck.
It's double
Oh,
bag,
oh.
so
Do you want me to?
some of it's split.
We've already done our workout this morning, Frey, haven't we?
So yeah.
Here we go.
Right, okay.
Up a daisy.
The
Oh.
Organic Fusion is really interesting. I love the look of this. So if you want to do a close-up, it's got meadow nuts in it,
Yeah.
but it's got all sorts of other tasty things in here that I wish I knew off the top of my head, but I don't. But it's even got flowers in there,
Oh, fabulous.
which I'll read to you what it says
Oh.
on here.
It's all right, Frey's got the sticky
Uh-oh.
for that.
Oh dear, the bag's split sometimes. So, wouldn't it be nice if I could remember all of this? So, it's a highly palatable fusion of organic alpine fibre,
Yeah,
organic linseed,
yeah.
a patented organic prebiotic, organic herbs, flowers, fruits and vegetables, and the tempting aroma and taste of Organic Fusion and its ability to make a very palatable mash make an excellent carrier for supplements. Because it's fortified with vitamins, minerals and nutritional yeast, this means that we also don't give Hunnis another product that we give to everybody else, which is called Organic Fusion, which gives them all the vitamins and minerals
Yep.
that they need. So the meadow nuts don't have all the vitamins and minerals in,
Yeah, but that does.
but this does.
Yeah.
So we don't need to give
Yeah.
him that. So he's on a completely separate diet.
Okay.
I'm not going to cover costs of these unless there's anybody on here who's asking specifically for costs.
No.
Of anything.
Not yet.
You know, we can always add that in towards the end, but I think
Yeah.
I'd rather concentrate on just getting all the feeds out and explaining why
Yeah.
we're doing that.
So Heather's said hello, Frey and Tracey.
Hello.
And Heather's catching 9:30 p.m. in Sydney.
Oh, is that Heather Easton?
Yes.
Hello, Heather.
Hi Heather, isn't it bedtime? 9 o'clock
Yeah.
bedtime.
No,
And-
9 o'clock.
And Tim says,
Go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning.
you do. Tim says, good morning. Quick question.
Right, Tim.
Oh, does Hiddy ever do stable stays?
He'd has done stable stays quite a bit over the years. He's not a fan.
Read between the lines on that comment.
Well, he probably would a little bit now.
Yeah.
But Hidda likes to move, especially at night.
Yeah.
And we probably haven't shown enough of it. But Hidda obviously spends a lot of his days sleeping.
Yeah.
Snoozing around the yard. At night, he's very active. He's up over the top behind the lodge.
Right.
He's always moving around.
Yeah.
And that's why he's very tired in the mornings. Thanks, Faye. So we just need another little bit on the bottom. So when Hidda goes into stable stays, if he's shut in the stable, he effectively walks around the box all night.
Yeah.
Which isn't particularly nice for him.
Yeah.
And it's not particularly nice for people staying
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
So if he was particularly tired, so, you know, if we'd kept him moving all day or he decided to go on the walk all day that, you know, he likes to do every now and again,
Yeah.
then, you know, he might be tired and he might stay in there. But he has done it quite a few times over the years.
No, that makes sense if he's out and about in the evening.
Yeah.
He's not gonna want it, is he?
Probably the friendship barn, which is something done during
Oh,
the day.
yes.
Because he's tired during the day.
Yeah.
So he can go in there and relax
Yeah.
and just have snoozes and cuddles with people.
He's well known in this friendship
The
barn,
friendship
isn't he?
barn.
People
He
love
is.
him.
Yeah.
Good afternoon from Lindsay.
Hi Lindsay, hi Bessie. Right, so Frey, do you want to give Hunnis? So Hunnis again just gets the same amount.
So one scoop.
So one little scoop. And this holds
Yep. Ooh.
200 grams.
250.
Yeah,
Roughly?
so we give them between 200 and 250 grams. Oh my goodness.
It's got everything in it. I think it does have dandelions in it as well.
Yeah,
Right, sorry, we're here.
no, that's
Oh,
fine.
quick coffee break.
Okay.
Hi, Knocker.
Now, because we start at that end, the next bowl along is Iceman.
The blue one.
Now, Iceman, some of you may know that Iceman has suffered with ulcers that we've had treated.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one who years ago suffered with ulcers is Doutzen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doutzen's yellow, Iceman's blue over there. They both get an additional feed to the meadow nuts, and they get something that's called Ulcerex. So Ulcerex is basically another of the feeds that's free from all sorts of chemicals and sugars. I'm going to read what's on here. It's very palatable, excellent for tempting fussy eaters. They're not fussy eaters. Molasses free, and that's really important because we now don't feed our horses any sugars or any molasses, because sugar, to me, in my mind, is a poison.
Yeah.
And it's a poison to humans, and it's a poison to animals as well, unless it's a natural sugar. This has no GM ingredients, no wheat feed or oat feed, no chemically treated straw, no soya, and no preservatives. It's a scientifically formulated multiple prebiotic feed, including a patented fermented extract from Jerusalem artichoke. It supports the efficient functioning of the horse's digestive system by supporting an optimal balance of beneficial gut microbes versus harmful species of gut bacteria. When fed in higher quantities, this feed, Ulcerex, can also improve condition. Iceman doesn't need it.
Yeah.
He has a bit of a dad bod going on, so we don't give him too much.
Dad bod. I love dad bod.
He is rather on the tubby side at the moment. Doutzen, however, especially during the winter months, she can drop weight quite quickly.
Yeah.
During the summer, she's at a good weight right now, isn't she? But if I started doing a bit more with her, then I would need to increase her feed.
Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Is she
You don't have to put your hand up.
I did put my hand up then, I'm sorry.
You're not at school.
I wish you could see Anne putting her hand up.
Dowson dropping weight in the winter.
Yes.
Is that because she's using her energy to keep herself warm? Why does she drop weight if she's not doing any more exercise?
There's probably, well, there isn't as much in the grass.
Okay.
She's quite a slow eater.
Oh.
As well, and if you've seen her, you know, she packs the food into her cheeks, and she's quite slow. I mean, she troughs this feed.
Yeah.
But I think with her grass and with her haylage, she's a slow eater.
Yeah.
You know, she's like a giraffe, like.
Oh, can we just get?
No,
oh, that's
no,
a good giraffe. That was Tracey.
No. And obviously she's one, I say obviously, you don't all know this, she's one that I try and do a bit more with.
Yeah.
For a number of reasons, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Now, Doutzen's, let me explain this in the right way. For those who don't know, Doutzen has had a number of gastric issues, which is something that affects the Friesian breed. She doesn't have, as far as I'm aware, the condition called gastroparesis, where there's a delayed emptying of the stomach. However, her full brother Wouter did. I wasn't aware of it, and he got colic the one day, and 2 weeks later he was dead.
Yeah.
So I treated him how I always thought colic had to be treated. He got some Buscopan. it took away the discomfort. But what I didn't know was going on inside him at the time was he had some ulcers that had formed around an impaction in his stomach
Yeah.
because his stomach hadn't been emptying the food correctly. And because of a connective tissue disorder that's prevalent within the Friesians, that caused a breakdown in his stomach lining. His stomach ruptured, and by the time we were aware of it and he was on the operating table, it was too late.
Yeah.
Nothing could be done. So this is why I never ever take a risk with any Friesian or any horse with colic. And what happened was probably about a year after we lost Doughter, Doubtson had a touch of colic, so I was straight up to the vet.
Yeah.
Sam scoped her. There was a little impaction in her stomach. He drenched her, so put a tube down her nose and into her stomach, drenched her with a whole load of Coke, which is the only time that I think Coke is a healthy thing to use.
Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Or
Yeah.
Pepsi.
My
because
goodness.
It's, I mean, let's face it, it strips rust off things.
Yeah,
So
off the horseshoes.
So that broke down the food that was impacted in her stomach.
My goodness.
And cleared that impaction. So again, this feed, the Ulcer X, is really good at helping to maintain a healthy gut for her. So with this feed, it's really important that it is soaked.
Yeah.
And it needs to be soaked for about 5 minutes
Oh, it's like
to make a tasty mash. It's nice for them in the winter if it's fed warm, but we can't always do that. It says warm water will release the aromas for a more appetising mash. But as I say, she's not a fussy eater.
Oh, it does smell nice.
So it is lovely. Unfortunately, we don't have smelly vision.
That food, though, it's just so clean, isn't it? There's nothing about that that's processed, or it's all so natural.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful.
It is very natural. And yeah, I mean, as I say, you know, yes, Thunderbrooks give us a discount if we order a pallet, but I don't do, what do they call it? Affiliations or, you know, I don't want to be paid by any company to promote their product. I want to promote a product because I believe in it.
Yeah.
And I would like to think our horses have always looked well. They've always looked healthy, and I've fed a number of different feeds over the years. But I think feeding this, and it does cost more than what we've fed in the past, in all honesty. But with this feed and with the support that we get from all of you to enable us to look after these horses in the very best way that we can, they look incredible.
And I think that's what's unique about the Friesian experience, because you're not affiliated. You choose the feed because it's the best for the horses.
Yeah. And, you know, there's sometimes I think, oh, you know, we should be adjusting this and we should be adjusting that. But, you know, and we do. But, you know, when you find something that works, you tend to stick with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading the composition here. You know, just to let you know, dried Bavarian alpine grasses and herbs, oat bran, apple pomace, patented fermented extract of Jerusalem.
Ooh.
Esposette.
Not a clue.
What that is.
Somebody Google it.
Psyllium husk, toasted linseed crumble.
Goodness.
Taste. Yeah, so all sorts of things, lecithin, fenugreek, barberry bark. But I know that since we've had Ice and Doubtson on this, touch wood, their guts have been working well.
How long have they been on it, ish? Years?
It's got to be a couple of, is it coming up for a couple of years? Roughly.
Yeah, roughly. Okay, well, it must be good then.
The other thing with Doubtson, going back to what you were saying about her weight, is what I found with her, and you know, I've got no scientific research on this, but I know because of this possibility of the delayed gastric emptying, I kind of need to stress her out a little bit every now and again so that she does stress poos. Because if she's just, it sounds really weird, if she's just down in the field and she's just, you know, grazing, not really doing anything, then I think, just like if you were eating a load and sitting on a sofa every day, you'd begin to feel quite bloated and things
impacted.
don't- Yeah. So she needs to move.
Yeah.
And when she comes up and she stands at the tie-up point, guaranteed she'll do a dropping.
Yeah.
Or two. If I start the lorry up and she knows that she's going to be going training, and for years I've taken her training once a week purely to get her system moving. And it's driven Mel mad for years, because whenever I used to ride her, Mel would spend half her time teaching me and half her time going and picking up the droppings. But I didn't mind that, because it meant that Doutson's stomach was working properly. So she does do a little bit more than everybody else, for that reason, to help her gastric situation, but also because she has a very weak back.
Yeah.
So she needs to work to keep her stomach muscles strong to help her back from becoming weaker and weaker. Because when she was a baby, her back was so dipped and it used to wobble all over the place. And I used to cringe and think, how am I ever going to do anything with you?
So is it like strengthening her core?
Yeah.
To support her back?
Exactly. And she's made me have to strengthen my core to be able to ride her with her dipped back.
Nothing wrong with that.
I could go off on a tangent.
We've had a couple of comments there. There's one, is there a difference in feeding horses in winter and summer in terms of fodder?
Definitely any ones that are good doers, they don't need anything with higher energy or higher calories. And so far, we haven't put higher calories in anybody.
Yeah.
Although Doubtson and Iceman are going to have their Ulcer-X now. So do you want to give them that? Yeah. And I'll show you the ones who do have extra food. It tends to be the older ones. And, if we were working horses and, we were doing lots of riding or carriage driving, like I have done in years gone by. Yeah. Then at any time of year they would need their feed supplementing. But again, you have to balance it out with how much they're out at grass, how much natural forage they're getting. And also you have to look at them, and you have to look at them each day and think, okay, are you looking a little bit tucked up? Have you dropped a bit of weight? Do you need a little bit extra? So that's why, as I said earlier, I tend to, when I'm doing the feeds, I might adjust it slightly from what's been on the board.
We've had two comments here. Lindsay said, I feel like I'm at school because I'm holding my hand up. It's quite right. It's quite right. And then Kim has said, I'm on my best behaviour. I am on my best behaviour, Kim.
What, Anne is?
Because I'm stood in front of Tracey.
Why do you have to be on your best behaviour for me?
I'm being very good.
I'm scary. Look,
No, you're not scary.
Look, Anne's even got her glasses on so that she can read. And look, your glasses even match your top, don't they?
Same from
Yeah.
the rained on hair.
Yeah.
The flick. This is left the building.
Right, stop being on your best behaviour.
Yes, here we go.
Sorry, am I that scary?
No.
Thanks, can I just top my coffee up?
Yes, you can.
Oh, talk too much. Okay. Hello, Lance. I did just see that you put a comment on there, and hello anybody else. Who's
Brilliant classroom from Lance.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Extra calories.
So.
Right, so they've got their ulcer-X. We also have, for those that do need a little bit extra, and of course the bag looks really heavy. I'm going to pull the...
Frey's really good at bags, but then she's done her workout already. We've already lifted 21 bags each this morning.
Is that all?
Right. To lift out.
No, it's fine. I can read it off here. Right. So we have something called condition and compete. Now, obviously, we don't compete. So I don't like the name of this because it suggests that we compete, but it's a good food for helping with overall condition. So it's higher in protein, this feed. It's actually 16% protein.
What is it normally, Tracey-ish?
What does it say on the meadow?
Sorry, that was one of those questions.
No, that's fine, because I never remember.
Crude protein 10.5.
Oh, Right.
Okay, this one, the Condition and Compete, has crude fat of 24%.
Oil/fat 0.1.
Yeah. So it's
Goodness.
much higher in fat.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi, Taiwan.
the fibre, the crude fibre in this is 14%.
31.5 in there.
Wow.
So that's
Big
the Meadow
difference.
Nuts is a much higher fibre feed.
Yeah.
So he's getting, so for Hoitzer, who's
Yeah.
going to be getting some of this, he's got his fibre
Yeah.
in there, but he's getting more protein and more fats. This does have sugars of 3%, and the Meadow Nuts is,
Doesn't say about sugar,
No,
so
so
she's
then-
practically 0.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what it says about the composition, it's a naturally stabilised rice bran, stabilised and ground whole linseed, stabilised sunflower hearts, pumpkin seeds, limestone,
Goodness.
magnesium carbonate, fenugreek, and a natural antioxidant.
Wow.
It's also got magnesium carbonate and vitamin E.
What does it mean by stabilised? Do we know? Is that
No idea, but if somebody's stabilised,
Yes.
I don't know.
anyway?
Not
Anyway, it's
stuck in a stable. I have no idea.
it's
Anyway.
again, it's all pure, isn't it?
It is, and you know, this again, when you look at it, you wouldn't just feed this
Ooh,
like
no.
it is, because it's like a powder.
Yeah, that's awful.
But you can see the little bits of linseed in it.
Yeah. Look at those lovely nails, lovely blue sparkly
Thanks.
nails.
Thanks. Did them special. No, I didn't. You want to see Frays?
I
Frays
do.
Are really lovely.
They're beautiful. Can we just swap the subject
Yeah.
onto Frey's
I've
nails?
got one missing.
Look at those, aren't they stunners?
They're also tools of the trade,
Yes.
as I keep saying.
I don't have any. So go on.
Right, so this, whatever it is, calming condition, cooling condition, what's it called? Something.
Yes, that
Something
stabilises
condition.
things.
This white powdery stuff that we feed. Hoitzer, because he needs that extra energy, gets... Oh, I'm doing your job, Frey.
Oh.
Right, so he gets a full scoop of that
Yeah.
in his breakfast and his tea.
Yeah.
The other person who gets some of this is little Principal.
Oh.
So Smurfy began as an older gentleman. He very quickly can drop his top line.
Yeah.
So he gets this as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Is Nero still on it? Or not?
I took him off, but I
Okay.
think he needs to go back on it.
Okay.
So Nero, when he was up here on restricted exercise, we just had him on the Meadow Nuts.
Yeah.
Because he didn't need anything extra. Now you would think, a lot of people would think, well, he's going out in the field now, so he's getting lots more grass.
Yeah.
He won't need extra feed.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't. But because he was getting very tired and he was running around a little bit more, he would very quickly drop his top line. And
Goodness.
he needs help to try and build some muscle, because he had no muscle
Yeah.
at all. So as soon as he started going out, we actually upped his feed. So we upped it to a scoop of this morning and evening. You got it, you've done it. But what we also did was we started giving him some micronized linseed, which is a feed that I'm a big fan of. Oh my goodness.
That's about a bit.
Oh.
Frey says that now it's been lifted out. You waited till Tracey had lifted it out of the bin. Oh, by the way.
I've done my shoulder in. I don't know who did that yesterday. It was either Nero or Michael.
Oh, ouch.
Now, linseed is something that I love, and I remember actually the very first job I had with horses was for a retired vet. She bred thoroughbreds, and we used to have this big linseed boiler.
Oh.
And every day we would put just the pure linseed in, mix it with water and boil it, and we had to we had to cook it for I think 6 or 8 hours.
Goodness.
But by the end of the day, when we were putting it in the horse's feed, it was all like slimy and warm and, and
comforting.
just lovely. And yeah, and you'd mix it into their feed, and it just makes such a tasty feed. And this is great for putting condition on. This doesn't get cooked in a boiler, although I would love to because it smells really nice as well. This actually only needs soaking in cold or hot water. But, oh right, let me read to you what it says. Goodness. Fortified with natural source vitamin E, vitamin B6, B12 and calcium, high in omega-3, 6 and 9 essential fatty acids, which support healthy skin and a shiny coat. And that's what I always learnt right in the early days. Linseed is really good for putting that shine on the coat and making their skin and coat really healthy. It's high in calories and in oil, and is a suitable addition to the feed for horses of all ages and disciplines. Especially useful for older horses or for those in work or needing more condition. Low in sugar, starch, it's also suitable for horses prone to laminitis. So we know that Jubbers tucks into Hoytz's feed a lot, so we know that the linseed is safe for him.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that the condition and compete is necessarily so good, but given that he hasn't his muzzle on most of the time, I don't think he gets a lot of it.
Yeah.
Can be fed together with Thunderbrooks Daily Essentials, which is Daily Essentials from Thunderbrooks is their vitamin and mineral supplement. Now, that's the only product that I've chosen not to have from them for 2 reasons, which I'll tell you more about when we put their Omega Vitality supplement in, which is the equivalent.
Okay.
It also talks about healthy herbal chaff, herbal muesli that you can mix it with, and that brings me on to an interesting point that I'm going to tell you once Frey has put this in the feed. So Hoytz is going to get a scoop of this morning and evening.
Yeah.
As well as Nero at the moment. But when Nero is looking like he's maintaining his condition, we'll drop either the linseed or the condition and compete.
We've had a couple of questions. Yeah. When you buy a horse, how do you get it used to the new food from its other owner?
You want to you always want to introduce gradually, because some horses will be more sensitive than others. I've not had that difficulty with the Friesians. I think they're probably not quite as sensitive as some other breeds are. Yeah. So I tend to start them on a sort of small ration and maybe feed several times a day rather than just twice a day.
Okay.
And actually, by rights, if you're feeding a lot of hard feed, you should be feeding it 4 or 5 times a day and splitting it over a period of time rather than feeding it in just one big feed.
Okay. There is one more. How often do you have to replace the feed bowls, if at all? Because these feed bowls are really sturdy things.
These are brilliant feed bowls, and we've had the plastic trugs over the years that really don't last very long. But these are like tyre rubber.
Yeah, they're really thick, aren't they?
So actually, these feed bowls we've had for years. So yes, they cost more to buy, but it's like most things in life, it's a false economy buying cheap bowls. Yeah. That end up splitting and getting broken. These are great because if they tread on them, they're not going to crack.
And they do, don't they? They hit them with their hoofs.
Yeah, they do. And you know, they're pretty easy to clean. Okay, they're not all immaculate, but you know, it's not immaculate where they're eating out in the field most of the time.
Yeah, and they've been used.
Yeah, they have.
And another one, did you see Thunderbrook have just brought out a new feed, Gentle Gain, for maintaining body condition?
No, because I'm not very good at keeping up to date with things, because once I've got something that works, I don't necessarily notice. But
thank you, Kim.
That's worth knowing. Thank you.
I think they sent us a little sample bag.
Okay.
Oh.
One from
Yeah, they're very good.
Oh, we've
They
had
do
a
send,
sample.
like, little treats along, like healthy treats along.
That's good.
Gentle
Morning,
Jane.
Nancy.
And
Oh, here we go.
bracelets. So yes, we
Oh, so
have
there
had
we
a
go.
sample bag of them.
Ta-da.
So there we go. We did know, but I just hadn't registered that.
Okay, where were we?
Before I forget, I want to go back to the whole idea of chaff. Now, for years and years, I've fed chaff, which is basically, you get different types of chaff, and it's basically just grass or dried grass, hay, that's chopped up into little pieces that you can use to bulk out feed.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of it could be quite coarse, and I was feeding it to all of them to help bulk their feed out and make it a little bit more palatable. But what we were finding was, again, with the horses that have diastemas, the gaps between the teeth,
Thank you.
these bits of chaff were getting compacted in there, and because they were quite brittle, even though they were soaked and they were quite harsh, they were causing more inflammation in the gums.
Oh.
So this is where, because we've got the hay nuts and we can soak them, it's nice and soft and it forms like a crumble.
Yeah.
So yes, they still get food impacted in there, and we still have to have the dental work done regularly, but it's not causing, I'd like to think it's not causing as much irritation as it was with the chaff. There was another reason why they suggested at the nutritionist at Thunderbrook suggested we didn't give the chaff to some of the horses that were more sensitive skinned, which I thought was quite interesting. And we do have a number of them. We've got Uber, we've got Micah, we've got Annie, Hida, Eyes. Yes. So some of them are quite sensitive in their skin. So I saw that, I read that, and I thought, well, if the nutritionist is saying like steer away from the chaff, I don't know what extra things were in there.
Yeah.
So I just cut out the chaff because we don't need it.
Makes sense.
You know, it's not doing anything that the hay nuts doesn't do already.
Okay.
Okay, so that's everything out of the bags, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is, and it's not what this green box originally was, the Omega Vitality. And this is where I was talking about the daily essentials that Thunderbrooks provide, that provides all the vitamins and minerals. We could have got that, and I have no doubt it's a really good product. It's a very pricey product.
Yeah.
And what I liked about this Omega Vitality is it's all very natural as well. Natural source of vitamins and minerals from superfoods. Do I have anything else about it? The composition, and this is what sold it to me: flaxseed, moringa leaf powder, sea buckthorn powder, turmeric.
Turmeric. I only know turmeric and flaxseed out of those four.
Do you?
The other two powders.
It also has nettle powder,
Oh.
aloe vera, tart cherry powder, seaweed, calcium carbonate and spearmint.
Oh, wow.
But the turmeric for me was quite an important factor.
Yeah.
The Thunderbrooks, unless it's changed, their daily essentials doesn't include turmeric. And I'm a big fan of feeding turmeric. And if I date years back, I used to give them, I think there was a year where I gave them all turmeric. And Hida was the one that showed me that the effect of when I took them off it. Hida suffered with sarcoids all his life. And I had him on the turmeric, and, you know, he was ticking along.
Yeah.
And one winter, I just didn't have the funds
Yeah.
at all. And when you don't have the funds, you look at cutting things
Yeah.
out that you just can't afford to get. And I cut out the turmeric. Oh my goodness, I regretted that big time.
Oh.
Because I cut it out over the winter, and then by the next spring, he was popping sarcoids everywhere.
Oh.
Maybe it was coincidental. I don't know, but I like to feed turmeric. Having said that, Hannes doesn't get any
Why?
because we'll go on to the sarcoes that he's on.
Oh, okay. I mean, the health benefits of turmeric in humans now is huge, isn't it? It's been researched and proven.
Yeah. So again, this is lovely. It smells gorgeous.
Smell-o-vision. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It does. Oh, it smells sweet as well.
Yeah, and it's got that turmeric colour to it.
Yeah.
So we have these little scoops, 50. Are they 50 ml? Can't remember.
25
Maybe they're
ones or
25.
50, one or the other.
No, they're 50 ml. Okay. So those who get 2 feeds a day, they get one of those in their breakfast and one of them in their evening meal.
Yeah.
And then, as we like to be very efficient when we're doing feeding, we have 2 scoops in here because we don't like to have to scoop twice. And so we can do that very easily.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
When I'm helping Freya, I have to do it one by one.
It's like using chopsticks.
Oh, there you go.
Because usually we would have the feed done within, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
So we're usually quite quick doing
Very
this
efficient.
because it's, you know, it's a big part of the day.
Yeah.
So we do that and then we can just dip it into one of those bowls like that. And of course we couldn't feed that just on its own.
Oh, no. It'd be like eating chalk.
Yeah, exactly. So Frey, I'm going to pass over to you. You can do the turmeric for everybody.
So Dawn's just joined and asked if can we introduce the 3 ladies in the video and if they're related. So this is Tracey.
Drinking my cold coffee.
Tracy's cold as well. Tracey Alexander. Tracey, oh, there we are. Extra Sales introducing us.
Thank you, Extra Sale.
Thank you, yes. And that's Freya and Iman.
Go on, turn it
Nice
round
to
so
meet you,
everyone can see
Dawn.
There's a flip.
I'll just do this.
Yeah, you're in the screen. Yes, and everyone
the
can see you waving.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Except you didn't show your pink welly.
No, I didn't. I'll do that next time. Oh, Dawn's joining from the USA. Hello.
Dawn. And hello, anyone else on here?
Hello, everybody
Whether
from
we
Tracey.
see your name or not.
How do you know if a horse has a vitamin deficiency and what are the symptoms?
Oh my goodness. Ask a vet.
Yes, I suppose there's all different
I'm afraid-
symptoms
yeah.
by
I mean,
deficiency.
you know, there's all sorts of things that we could do to test bloods and, you know, test
Yeah.
urine, test droppings, for all sorts of things. Personally, I'm a great believer in looking at your horse
Yeah.
and being aware of how well they look. You know, if I was concerned in particular about a horse having a deficiency in something, then I would go down that route. But when you've got this many to look after, you know, you work on the basis that if they look well and they seem to be feeling well, then you stick with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they will show you if they're not feeling particularly well. And in fact, that brings me on to one of the supplements that we'll use occasionally. And we've got all our different supplements up here. This Immuno Plus is something, you know, we haven't used it for a couple of months now. It is still in date. But Nero, when he first came, we gave him this because we knew that his immune system was probably a little bit
Compromised.
That's the word. That's the word. Thank you, Ellen.
Compromised.
Yeah. And actually, when he started going back out in the field, he came in. He had a little bit of a snotty nose. He looked a little bit run down.
Aww.
You know, just because he was tired.
Yeah.
So we just boosted him with this. It aids the immune system, the liver function, and, you know, any sort of weaknesses there. You know, it's got shiitake mushroom, astragalus, biomoss, nutritional yeast, echinacea, ginseng, slippery elm, bark, and we just gave him that, what, for a week? Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Goodness.
And, you know, sometimes we'll use supplements like this, not because we've done any sort of scientific research or testing through the vets, but we just think that horse maybe looks a little bit off colour.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just give them a boost with something like this, or what I've done over the years is, particularly when they're changing their coat, whether it's in the spring or in the autumn, very often I've given an iron supplement because it's quite tiring for them changing their coats. And Renska was one. Renska in the winter, she gets a little bit down, she needs a little bit of a boost. So sometimes, you know, I put my hands up and say it is a little bit of a guessing game, and you try something and you might not be doing the right thing, but
You've got to try
years
it.
of experience of trying different products to help.
And I think as well, what I'm hearing here is it's because you and Frey know the horses inside out so well that you'll be able to see things that are different from one day to the next that other people couldn't, because they're your best friends, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
You're so
And,
close
you know,
to them.
We see them day in, day out, and you know, Frey might, you know, at the weekend say to me, "Oh, Inna's looking a little bit off," or Renska's looking a little bit tired, or you know, and it's about reading the horses each day, and adjusting things.
But it's that looking a little bit off that is really key, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Although it might sound like a general passing statement, it's not. It's saying, "Oh, we just need to pay a bit more attention here."
Yeah, and you know that doesn't need a blood test to tell you what it is, you know, and you might give the wrong thing, but any of these supplements aren't going to do any harm. You know, they're all natural. So, moving on. Are we at 2 hours?
We are 56:21.
Okay, all right. We've probably only got another hour to go. Right. Okay, let's go with the Sarcoes next. Now, this was something, when Hannes was going through all his treatment for that really rare sarcoid that he had in his eye.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our YouTube audience didn't necessarily know about, because we shared most of that on another platform that we won't name on here because we don't want to upset YouTube. But he had a very rare sarcoid, a conjunctival sarcoid in his eye. It was touch and go whether he was going to survive. And we had help from a lady who was she in Spain?
I think so.
Yeah, who gave us some different products to give him, which I wish I could remember, just to support his body fighting.
Yeah. His immune system, give him more strength.
Now, I was a little bit nervous to take him off those, even though we'd got rid of this conjunctival sarcoid. But speaking to Thunderbrooks, they said they'd had a lot of success with this Sarcoes supplement. Now, a blend of herbs, roots and tubers, formulated to nutrition.
That was Tracey's sister just trying to call Tracey on this phone that we're videoing with. So bear with us for a minute.
Yeah, so let us know if the sound is back.
It's gone, yeah. Sounds gone.
It sometimes just takes a minute to come back. So if we wait to hear whether we're back.
Sounds back, great.
Yeah?
Yep, lovely.
Excellent.
Thank you, everybody.
So it helps support the body to remove unwanted toxins. Again, it's got shiitake mushroom, echinacea, astragalus, ginseng, dandelion root, burdock and milk thistle. So I thought we're going to give it a go, and we're going to give him this and take him off the other things he was on. I think he was on vitamin C.
Vitamin C, zinc, turmeric, something else.
Berberine. Yeah, Berber something.
Yeah, Berber something. Yeah, so he was on all sorts of things, but we bit the bullet and we moved him onto this.
Yeah.
And again, it's one that smells lovely, but you wouldn't be able to just feed it on its own because it's a powder.
Oh, it's got lovely little bits in it, isn't it?
It has got lots of bits in it.
Just smell it. Oh.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Now, he's been on this for nearly 2 years and he gets 2 full scoops like that a day.
Yeah. That is like chalk as well, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah. Now, I have to say, he's he's got a big sarcoid that's growing between his back legs, and he's got a number of them growing in that area, and he always will have sarcoids growing.
Yeah.
But around his eye, which was the biggest risk area that we treat every day, he's had little sarcoids that have popped up, and rather than them growing and growing and growing, he's had 2 or 3 that have grown and then just disappeared. They've either popped out,
Yeah.
or they've started shrinking.
Yeah.
The one between his legs is now about that size, but it actually looks like it's going to erupt
Yeah.
and come out on its own. Now, I can't say hand on heart, because I don't know. It's not a scientific experiment. But he's doing really well on this, and he's survived 2 years longer than anybody thought that he was going to survive, and he's still going to be here in another how many years. So, you know, he's not had anything else grow in his eye. You know, yes, he might have to have some kind of treatment for them at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing really well on this. Now, we started just him on this, but because Hida has had sarcoids over the years, and a lot of sarcoids, and maybe one day I'll share a video of all the hideous ones that he had removed from his side, and all the ones that are still growing. We've put Hida onto this as well.
Good.
Now, Thunderbrook said that if we're giving this sarcoids, not to give the vitamin and mineral supplement as well, purely because his organic fusion has all those vitamins and minerals in. So, rightly or wrongly, we do actually give the Omega Vitality to Hida as well as the sarcoids.
Yeah.
That's probably a bit...
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Agnes Castus next.
Yes, Agnes Castus is a good place to go next.
Can I...
Again, this is a good linking back to what we were saying about knowing your horses.
Yeah.
3 of the mares in particular struggle with their seasons. They get, you know, us ladies, not me at my age, but younger ladies will know that, you know, time of the month it gets a bit uncomfortable.
Oh my goodness, it does.
You know, I'm
Can't
so
remember.
glad those days are gone. So some of the mares, you know, will get, you know, they'll start squirting more. You can see that they're a bit uncomfortable in that kind of area.
Yeah.
I'm doing this myself because I know, I think of Micah, and I think of when I was working her more, and if I got on her when she was in season, she'd be like swishing her tail, and this is really uncomfortable. So Agnes Castus, which is chasteberry monk's pepper, aids metabolic function by maintaining the endocrine system and supports hormones.
Okay.
So because we know Micah doubts an inner, because she is quite hormonal. She's very hormonal. We give them this supplement, and it doesn't take away all of the discomfort when they're in season, but it certainly helps.
And they have that all the time, not just when you think they're coming in season.
We could take them off over the winter, and a lot of people believe that horses only come into season during the spring and summer.
Yeah.
And there's people that invest a lot of time and money into thoroughbreds because they want to breed them early in the year so that the foals are born as close to January as possible, so that by the time they're 18 months old they can back them and stick them in a race at the age of 2. Don't get me started on that. So there's a lot done in the equestrian world to
manipulate
manipulate the breeding season to as early as possible in the year. All sorts of different lights are used.
Lights?
Yeah, different lights
to
try and encourage
the natural rhythms.
Natural rhythm.
Goodness.
I've found with Friesians, they still come into season through the winter months and early in the year. Some more so naturally than others. So rather than take them off this through the winter, because their seasons won't be as regular, so in the summer they could be every 18 days, in the winter it's a longer period of time, and I think the longer they, and this is just my personal view, again it's not scientific, the longer they're waiting for that season to happen, the more uncomfortable it can be
Yeah.
when it happens. So you find that the first season at the beginning of the year is the one where they're the most uncomfortable. And I don't know. This is just my,
No,
as I say, my
yeah.
personal view. And at the end of the year, they can have a difficult season.
Yeah.
So for the sake of a few pound, I'd rather just keep them on
Absolutely.
this year round. So
We've got
there
some
you go,
comments here. Lindsay said the horse business sounds brutal, and Harold's agreed. And then Monique's remembered when he lost a big sarcoid somewhere around the farm. When Hannes lost a sarcoid.
No, it was Hidda.
Hidda,
so
sorry.
We'd ringed the one underneath his stifle,
Yeah.
and it was disgusting. It took forever to come off, and it dropped off
Oh.
in one of the top fields. I actually, the one that kept, go on.
But Hannah's had one which popped out of his eye just at the end of a live hat.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has had one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
his was a tiny one, whereas Hidda's was about that big.
Oh.
But, and I can't show you because it's on my phone, Hidda's one on his side that ended up being cut off was that.
My
it was
goodness.
that size. It was like a great big slab of meat. And I went up to the vets, and Lynn, who was my vet at the time, she sliced it off.
Oh.
And I
Oh.
was so fascinated by it that I brought it home, and it sat out on the yard.
Oh.
And it slowly shriveled up. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Ew. Ew. Okay.
Again, I'll share a video of that at some point.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Okay. So that's the Agnes castors. What are we doing next? Boswellia. Now, Boswellia is a great product for overall joint health and mobility.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, they probably all need.
Yeah.
But it's also really good to feed horses that are getting medications as well. So it's got Boswellia carteri, linseed meal again, ginger, which I think is very soothing,
Yeah.
and black pepper extract. And I know that black pepper and linseed, not linseed and turmeric work well together. So because we've got a number of them on meds, which we'll get to in a minute, or in half an hour, we tend to give quite a few of them meds.
Yeah.
It does
Always need to sieve it.
yeah, we do need to sieve it because
It gets a bit clumpy.
yeah, it does get a bit clumpy. So it's like a white powder.
Oh,
Now,
it's like in pellets, isn't it?
this, I can tell you, doesn't taste very nice because when we start a horse on this, very often they're quite fussy with it. So,
Yeah.
But once they've got used to it, they tend to be really good. So this, we have a little scoop in here. It's not a very big scoop.
Oh, it's a tidgy scoop.
25 mil,
Yeah.
I think.
25
So
mil.
we split that between two feeds,
Right.
or if they're only getting the one feed,
To get
I don't know
half.
what you do, Frey, but I tend to do 3/4.
Okay.
You know, because otherwise I'm not going to taste it myself, but I'm assuming that it's a bit
Yeah.
bitter.
Yeah, but if you're putting a bag in there, if like you breathe in the dust, it is bitter.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I'm going to let Frey.
So don't breathe in, Frey, when you're putting that out.
Breathe in.
Heather Easton said she hopes nobody's fainted when you were talking about those disgusting sarcoids.
Oh, you want to see the pictures?
Oh, Heather,
It's really
we don't
pretty.
do it, Heather. No, we
Hang on.
don't.
I'll tell you what video I found the other day as well was, I'd forgotten I'd got this. I've got video of Siska, Anya's baby, being born.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Right. Sorry, Frey. Now, I know I haven't talked about cost of anything.
But it's all expensive.
Over £400.
Oh!
This is.
My goodness.
This is 9 kilograms of going back. Sorry, Frey. Sorry. Oh, it's there. Going back to Doubtson and Iceman with the ulcers.
Yeah.
This is something that Sam recommended, and we did a test with Iceman,
Yeah.
and we know that this has prevented him from getting ulcers, which
Wow.
he was getting recurrent ulcers. So this is vital to him and to Doutzen, but it's not cheap.
£400
So
for
this
one of
9
those.
kilogram tub. I mean, it lasts a while. I can't remember how long. And basically, look, this is us being efficient again. You know, we have our 2 scoops because
I do love that.
there we go.
It's the only supplement I don't really like the smell of. All the others I like the smell of, but I don't really like
Oh, I
that.
quite like it. It's
There's
quite
some
sweet.
things in there I don't like.
Can I smell?
Quite sweet. So,
What do you think?
Oh, is it?
I think it's quite nice.
It's got a funny smell, hasn't it? It's got a sweety.
I think that's quite nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. So this is a really vital part of their feed, Doutzen and ice. So again, you wouldn't feed it on its own. Frey, I'm going to let you do the other one. But as I said, over £400. I literally just paid the 420.
That's a lot.
something. Yeah.
Tracey, Tim has said you're very responsible horse owners.
Thank you, Tim.
Do you have a figure for how much the annual Thunderbrook feed bill is, not including hay?
I didn't quite update all the figures before because I was a little bit distracted with lots of other things.
We can do a ballpark figure, can we?
So we are talking, and again, it depends on how much I get on a pallet and the discounts.
Yeah.
But you're talking around about 13,500 a year for all of them. Around, let's say about 13,000 a year.
Yeah.
For the feeds, the balancers, and the supplements. So that's not all Thunderbrooks because the Omega Vitality
Yeah.
we get from Omega.
Yeah.
But it's around about that price, and that's before we add in the meds.
And is that
Yeah.
including the discount?
Thank you. Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Sorry, that was just Diane popping in.
So we're saying, was that including the discount or is that excluding? So is it actually more than that if we don't
I
discount?
don't think it would be more than that.
Yeah.
Because we try and get 2 months' supply
Yeah.
on a pallet. Look, Annie wants to know what's going on in the feed room.
Hello,
Gorgeous.
everybody. Woohoo! Annie and Nero in the background.
So I'm pretty certain it's not going to be more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's worst case scenario. So, you know, if I think about it, this feed delivery that we've just got was 1,300,
Something around there.
and that should last us 6 weeks,
Yeah.
2 months,
Yeah.
hopefully. So, you know, it varies as well. Annie, you're not coming in the feed
Put
room,
Bungie
darling.
across, otherwise she will
at
sneak
this.
up here.
Aren't they lovely? It's just great being here. Oh. Right. So,
Where it gets expensive is when we start adding the meds in.
yeah. Okay.
Right, okay, so,
So we have 3 more supplements to
Mm.
go.
right. Now this liquid gold.
Is that what it's called? Liquid gold?
It is liquid gold, and it might as well be because it's quite expensive. That's,
Oh.
that's £110.
My goodness.
A blend of sea buckthorn fruit, seed, leaf and bark puree, herbs and purified plant extracts to soothe and nutritionally support a healthy digestive system,
Yeah.
healthy liver function, optimum skin and coat condition, and a healthy metabolism. Thunderbrooks recommended this for all our sensitive skinned horses.
Yeah.
I would love to say it's a miracle cure and that they're not sensitive skinned anymore, but they are.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you know, we've tried so many different things over the years to stop them being itchy. We've done steroid injections, we've done Arthramid injections. I think it was the Arthramid, yeah, that where we had to give them 2, like a 1 mil injections.
Yeah.
So we tried all sorts of things, and you know, we used topical lotions, but who knows, maybe they'd be worse if we didn't give them.
That's the thing, isn't it?
You know.
You just don't know. And you
Yeah.
can't afford to not give it to them,
no,
just in
exactly.
case.
So this we have to shake every day, and I know when we order it from Thunderbrooks, they don't have it in stock. They make it up fresh every time. So the ones that get this at the moment are Weirdo, so Uber, Micah, Anya, Hoitzer, and Hida.
Yeah.
Did I
6.
miss anyone out, Fro? And
5 or
they
6.
get 2 squirts, which I think is 60 ml a day.
Yeah, 'cause it's a 30 mil.
It's a 30 ml pump. Really annoyingly, you have to specifically buy this pump for this bottle because it's not a standard size pump. So there's only one place you can buy it from, which is why it's rather grubby. Thanks, Ray.
It's so scientific, isn't it? The application, the administration of these supplements. No, I mean, I mean the amounts are so precise, is what I should have said.
Yeah, they are, and you know, you'll see some of that comes out quite watery, which is why we have to shake it, because all the good stuff ends up sitting in the bottom if you don't shake it properly. And you know, we could not feed all these different extra supplements, and the horses would probably still look well and feel well, but when you know you've got an opportunity of feeding something that could support them, and I think, as I said earlier, they you know, a lot of them have had dapples in their coats, you know, they've looked really well and been feeling well, then you kind of think, well, it's got to be doing something.
I think I'm 100% convinced it is.
Now, this Omega hoof form is something that we only got this year because Hoitzer, his back feet, all of a sudden seemed to start crumbling and breaking up.
Oh.
And I looked at all sorts of different hoof things, and I'm thinking, well, he's on all sorts of supplements for his skin. There was another supplement we were using for him, Anya and Hida, called Skin and Respiration, that we've stopped this time. And I thought, well, we're using Omega Vitality. I liked the look of this hoof form. Again, no science behind it. I just used my instinct. I thought, okay, we'll give this a go. And I have to say, within one pot of this, his back feet have definitely looked better.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And he's
Brilliant.
felt better. So again, it's something that I don't feel that we can take him off.
No.
We did also give it to Nika for a while, but we've now got Nika on Lamines. Yeah, it's up there. Just because she's had all sorts of problems with her foot. So I won't read through what's in it, but basically he gets...
It smells like apple juice.
It does, it
Oh,
smells really nice.
We smelled this the other day, didn't we? It is.
Nice.
Nice one.
Sorry, you can't
Oh,
smell it.
it's just
It's
like
lovely.
apple juice.
Yeah.
It is.
So Hoitzer gets that as well. Hoitzer gets everything.
Hoitsy
really.
poitsy.
Yeah, I'll just quickly go on. This, in fact, I think it was Mary who got it for us to start with.
Thank you, Mary.
So, Nika, who had the rotated pedal bone in her foot, which is generally a laminitis, Mary very kindly bought us the Thunderbrooks Lamines, so we've kept her on that.
Yeah.
Again, it smells gorgeous.
It does.
And this has... But again, it's a powder that you couldn't feed on its own.
Yeah.
Hence why
It's got all sorts
the
in
meadow
there.
nuts. So this has bilberry leaf, bilberry fruit, spirulina pratensis, tangerine peel,
Ooh,
which is probably what that smell is.
yeah.
Nettle, hawthorn, cleavers, goat's rope herb, meadow sweet, cinnamon, turmeric, feverfew, and ginseng.
Fantastic.
She gets that.
Oh, Heather Easton's saying they live longer too with all that love and care.
No.
Quite right, Heather.
Yeah, we want them
Quite
to live
right.
forever.
And Fluffy Tail Al, hello. That's a little
Okay,
container of something.
Nutriquin. Originally recommended by Sam years ago for Hunnis.
Sam the vet.
Sam the vet, to help with joint mobility. Now I know we're giving the Boswellia to help with joint mobility, but this has been sponsored for many years by Jane Holden, who always gets Hunnis a pot of this.
Thanks, Holden.
And it seems to help him, you know.
Yeah.
Again, no science. Well, there probably is science behind it. So when they first go on this, they get a loading dose
Of one.
of a full scoop
Yeah.
for however long,
A week.
a week, something like that. And then you drop it down to them just having a little half a scoop a day.
Yeah.
So we now have him, Yolanda, and Nika, and Renska. No, yes. We have 4 of them on it.
On the maintenance dose now.
On a maintenance dose.
Yeah.
You know, they could probably all do with it, but you know, that's
Yeah.
who we have on it at the moment, and that costs about £80 a pop.
And Lindsay said, can everybody hit the like button, please?
Thank you.
And Heather said it the same.
I think we need to give Anne a whole load of little love hearts popping up on the screen, because I know when you're looking at the screen and the little love hearts appear, and the little smiley faces, and then that will give her an even bigger Friesian smile.
Whoops, I'm stood in the way of the feeds. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, lovely hearts.
Oh,
Oh,
I love it when I'm riding around or when we're doing one of the lives and they all start popping up on the screen.
that's lovely.
Yeah. Okay. The expensive bit.
You mean that other one, wasn't it? 400
I
quid.
think there's a sachet.
There is a sachet open.
That's
That's bad because at 80p per sachet.
The
80p.
box is £75, which has
Isn't it 79.99?
80 quid.
Oh, if we get the apple flavoured ones, they're a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
Okay, so equipalizone or bute
Butte.
is an anti-inflammatory. So
Okay.
it's like you taking a paracetamol or ibuprofen or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, so when a horse is sick or they've got an injury, the vets will prescribe, and this is a prescription medication.
Yeah.
Everything that we've talked about so far is not on prescription.
Yeah.
Is the
We have to get the Pectagus through the
vet.
vets, although it's not on prescription. So Sam does us a prescription for these. I don't get them from the vets because they're a little more expensive there. So I get these from Vet UK. And yeah, it's like you taking your paracetamol, ibuprofen. So we have a lot of horses on this, and I know a lot of people get a bit scared of bute and say, oh, you shouldn't be giving it to them all the time because it can cause problems with the kidneys.
Oh.
So it's not an ideal long-term product to have them on. And the other option is Equiox, which is
99, is it?
£1.65 per tablet.
Goodness.
Okay. It's a similar product that's supposed to be less harsh
Right.
to the digestive system and everything else.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, I've had Anya and Hoitzer on 2 bute a day.
Yeah.
Which that's the highest dose that they can get for years. Now, Hoitzer does get a few issues with his kidney. He tends to drink a little bit more, but I balance out the positives and the negatives. You know, it can also cause laminitis, I think. There's all sorts of things that it can cause.
Yeah.
But I would far rather have the horses comfortable
Yeah.
than not. And
Bye, Kim.
I've tried
Thanks for listening.
a lot of the ones that are on bute. I've also tried on the Equiox. I tried Anya on the Equiox. The reason Anya gets bute is because she's got a condition called wobblers, which is where her spinal cord is compressed in her neck that affects her coordination
Aww.
through her back end. So she needs an anti-inflammatory to just support her.
Yeah.
The Equiox I don't find works as well for her as the bute. So again, it's all done on how I feel they're reacting to each thing. So,
An individual horse.
so we get through how many bute a day? 7 bute a day.
7 bute a day. Heck.
Okay, so Hoitzer has quite severe arthritis.
Yeah.
And he has his feet medicated. Whenever he gets particularly bad, we try not to do that more than every 6 months. So he has 2 a day.
Annie has 2 a day.
So Annie, have you got 2? Right, so Hoytzer has 2 a day.
Yep.
Annie has 2 a day.
Yep.
Nero, at the moment, has 1 a day, but when he first started going back out in the field, because we knew he was going to be moving more,
Yeah.
he was going to feel it a little bit, we'd give him 2 a day.
Yeah.
And again, we adjust that each day depending on how he's looking. So if he's looking particularly uncomfortable, we'll give him another one.
Yeah.
You know, because it just helps him feel a
Yeah.
little bit more comfortable. The other person who gets a Bute a day is Spesh, Jaukia, because she's got what's called a fractured extensor process, which is the top of her pedal bone in her foot has a little fracture on it. To be honest, I don't think it bothers her that much these days. I think
Right.
it's fully fused. She doesn't really look unsound, but we keep her on a Bute a day.
Yeah.
Just to keep any
Maintenance
information
dose
down.
sort of
I'm
thing.
not even going to start putting them in because you're keeping on track of
I'm just
So-
going to scroll around here
Yeah.
because I think it's dead cute that Anya's still stood there waiting for something from somebody. She's not really bothered
No.
what or from who. And Nero's just having a little yawn.
At least he's not kicking the door.
I know, he was like that
I
this
shouldn't
morning.
have said that because he'll
You're
hear
going
me.
to
now.
jinx it.
I know, I am going to jinx it.
He's
We'll
been
put
quiet all morning, really, hasn't he?
I know, he was tired this morning when I brought him in.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, Spesh gets a Bute. And Nika, we did have on Equiox, but because she was particularly sore with the rotated pedal bone, we changed her from the Equiox to the Bute.
Yeah.
So the Equiox is really good for general arthritis, which she has. But I think where there's anything where there's a more severe pain, or if a horse had an injury or an inflammation,
Yeah.
like Inna with her injury earlier in the year where she got impaled by something, then I would rather give Bute. So we're keeping Nika on a Bute a day. And then we have the Equiox, which is a little tablet.
Oh, yeah.
So rather than just popping that in the feed and it dissolving, and if they're pinching each other's feed, then
Yeah.
it, you know, could get missed. We pop it in an apple each day,
Oh.
and they tend to eat the treats first.
Yeah.
So those that get it in an apple, and you'll see over here. Have we done all the supplements?
Yes.
I think we have. Oh, sorry, one more thing. The other thing that we have up here is a pot of white powder. There's nothing dodgy, don't worry.
I was just going to say, well, hey.
It's gone a bit solid. Sorry, it's gone a bit solid. This smells really nice as well. Can you guess what it is?
Sherbet.
It's not sherbet. It's actually electrolytes.
Oh, yeah,
So,
right, yes.
If a horse has got very sweaty for whatever reason,
Yeah.
or if it's a really hot day, and we know that they need like a little boost
Yeah.
of electrolytes, we'll give them a scoop, you know, just a
Duana.
scoop like
Ooh,
that
yeah.
of electrolytes.
In water.
No, we actually put it in their feed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can put it in water. That lid really annoys
I
me.
know.
Yeah.
We just had a message from Fluffy Tailed Owl. Learning all the knowledge on my horse feed. I'll keep it in mind for my BTEC horse care.
Oh, well, as I say, you know, I don't necessarily, you know, I'm not a nutritionalist. I that's really important to know. I'm not a nutritionalist. I've not trained in it. I've gone by life experience.
Yeah.
Life experience with these horses, feeding different feeds over the years. There's no science behind what I'm saying, so don't take what I'm saying as
No, but it's
law.
experience, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
pulling on your experience or
Yeah,
drawing
and
from
it-
your
and it's
experience.
this is what's worked for us.
Yeah.
Over the years, and I'm not saying we do everything right,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm always happy to learn and change things and
Mm.
adjust as we need to.
Can we just all say goodnight to Heather because she's going?
Good night, Heather.
Good night,
Good
Heather.
night, Heather.
Okay.
Now, obviously, as I've said before, we rely on all of you to buy these feeds and the supplements off the wish list, and that's what enables us to do
Yeah.
what we do. The other wonderful thing that you do for us is the treats. So we always have here a stack of different treats. It's not particularly good carrot season right now. The carrots are better in the winter. But we've got carrots, we've got apples, we've got bananas. We don't have clementines at the moment. So once these feeds are soaked, they'll have these treats. We'll do the soak. Actually, I'm going to move on to the other treats in a minute.
Yeah.
What I'm going to ask Frey to do now is just start adding the water
Yeah.
to all these feeds, because it takes a while, and this is why we have to do the feeds quite early in the day, or we could use hot water. So in every feed they get at least 3/4 of a scoop of water. Obviously the ones that have extra feed get a bit more, so Hoytzer gets about 3 scoops of water in his, because the sloppier it is, the better.
Yeah. The easier it is to digest. Yeah.
Now, obviously, because for us it's easier to use cold water.
Yeah.
It takes a while for everything to break down, and you don't want to be feeding it to them while the nuts are still partly.
So when I'm here on a Wednesday, this is
Yeah.
done sort of morning-ish, or
Yeah,
if it
sort
can
of
be.
mid morning.
Yeah.
So that it's all soaked, ready for feed time.
And so do you prepare the whole day's food in one thing?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
right, okay.
So, a lot of time in the past, I used to, for the breakfast.
Yeah.
We always have a kettle here, and we'll still do it on a cold day. We'll boil the kettle in the morning and just add a bit of warm water to it, because it's nice for them to have a nice warm tummy when they eat
It's like
breakfast.
porridge.
Yeah, a bit of porridge. Porridge is shock. Porridge is quite.
Oh, I love porridge. I don't know.
You
Oh,
shouldn't eat porridge.
oh,
It's
right.
nice.
Okay.
Sorry, that's me being bossy about what you shouldn't eat.
Right, we're talking about the sweet shop here.
Yes, so Sweetie Shop there. We used to give loads of polos, different horse treats that had
Sugar.
so much molasses and sugar in. And that's why it took us a while to wean them off the sugar.
Yeah.
Just like it does a person.
Yeah.
The more sugar you eat, the more you crave it,
Yeah.
the more you want it.
That's
and
right.
the more health conditions you get.
Yes, I can vouch for
I
that.
can vouch for that as well. Yeah.
Where's the sticky toffee pudding?
Ew, disgusting. Oh, I couldn't even touch that now.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
heaven.
That's like eating pure sugar.
Oh, I know,
It's
but just every now and
disgusting.
again.
Anne, have we taught you nothing?
The apple flavour, you have, but I just have the odd little weakness. No. I really have changed, because I've been telling Frey about this over the last few months.
Okay.
Boring Frey with this over the last few months.
Yeah.
But there's just every now and again I need just a little bit of naughty.
Blueberry muffin.
Yes, on a Wednesday when I come here.
Anyway, this is something that you helped with, Anne. So a lot of you will donate these healthy herbal treats from Thunderbrooks
Oh, they smell heavenly.
off the wish list. They're lovely. They smell really minty.
Oh, I can smell it
They're
here.
low sugar treats that you'll know that we give these to the boys in their treat balls.
Yeah.
Every morning after their feed. I think it's $9.95 for a tub, for a 4 kilo tub.
Yeah.
We were getting through so many of them. How many did we get through?
At least 36, and they have a tower.
Yeah. Yes, we have a
36 pots of them.
pot tower
for the
down
boys.
there, don't we?
Yeah. But Anne quite rightly said, well, surely we can get them in bigger bags. And you very kindly contacted Thunderbrooks. And if we order them on a pallet,
Yeah.
then we can get 20 kilo bags of them now, which saves, is it £4 or £5?
That's worth
I
it.
can't remember. So
Yeah.
well worth it. So we now recycle these pots by refilling them from a 20 kilo bag. So when you do buy off the wish list, it's still set up so that you can buy a 4 kilo pot, but what we do is we put those funds towards a 20 kilo bag.
Clever. Yeah.
And we're not having to go through more plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not having, because there's no way of recycling them or doing anything with them.
Yeah,
So
because we
we're
asked them,
saving
didn't
the
we?
planet as well.
Yes.
Now, obviously, once the girls have their turnout area, we're going to need a few more treat balls.
I was going to ask about the girlies.
And more treats.
Yeah.
But we're a little way off on that at the moment.
But we can plan ahead.
We can plan ahead. So, yes, they go down really well. They're also great for Nero when he's in the turnout and getting bored.
Yeah.
And he's like a little toddler, so
Yeah.
he fills up the tyre or the treat balls and gives him those. What else?
Well, what a
Can I stop
session.
talking
That
now?
was brilliant.
Well, this could have been done, and I've been planning to do this for such a long time, but I wanted to make it really concise
Yeah.
and efficient, and that takes me a while to do. So I'm afraid I've waffled through the whole thing, so it's taken a long time to do feeding time today, but it worked out well because I think it's been raining outside a lot of the time. So it was nice to do an inside live. Are there any other questions?
There's nothing come up. Oh, hang on, we have. Just put my glasses on. Oh, thank you, Maria. This has been fascinating. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you know, from my perspective, you come in here and say, oh, we're going to feed the horses, and it's feeding time. And we get these bulls and we take them out onto the field. But the amount of detail and care and love and attention that goes into each one of these bulls is really significant. And I think that's unique to you two here.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people, a lot of people with animals, whether it's dogs, cats, horses, I'd like to think that a lot of people look at them and try and feed what's right for them. And I know Mel, my trainer, she's probably more scientific and more accurate on what she feeds, and she probably does more testing. And there's probably a lot of people in the competition world who do that. Because I've always been short on time in my life because I'm always trying to cram too much in.
Yes, we can all vouch for that.
I've always gone by my gut instinct.
Yeah.
I've followed my instinct throughout my life. And sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. And the more time I've spent with all of these horses, the more I understand it's not wrong to look at them as individuals. Now, whether that's about their diet or about what they're doing in life.
Yeah.
Because I was brought up in a world where, well, it's a horse and it should be ridden or it should
Absolutely,
be driven,
yeah.
regardless of what they're happy to do.
Yeah.
And I used to think, well, I'm going to be frowned upon for thinking, well, I don't want to ride this horse because they're not happy being ridden.
Yeah.
And this horse far prefers to do something else.
Yeah.
So, yes, I do look at them. We all look at them more as people and individuals and characters. So, if we're adjusting what they do in life, like some will free rein, others aren't fussed about free rein. Yeah, just.
It is.
And it's the same with everybody who comes here, whether you're coming, whether you're part of our core team or whether you're one of our volunteers like you are, Anne. You come along, you're brilliant at filming. You're great with Frey and doing, asking all the questions. So it's finding with people and with horses what their strengths are and working with those strengths, as opposed to thinking, oh, that person's not very good at that. We need to work with them and make them better.
That's the thing.
Because if
yes.
they don't naturally find it enjoyable and they don't want to improve at something, why push somebody?
That's right.
Why push Renska into trying to drive a carriage if that's not her thing?
But that's what people do.
It is what
it's the norm.
Do. Yeah.
And you're brave enough and you've got the experience to go follow your instinct, and if it doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah,
I think that's really special.
And everybody should be happy in life with what they're doing. We all have to do jobs that we don't enjoy.
Yeah.
But I knew from a long time ago, I never asked Frey to clean tack. She cleans tack beautifully, but you don't particularly enjoy it, do you?
No, it makes makes your hands weird.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I don't often
Yeah.
contact, but it's quite a nice therapeutic thing to do.
Yeah,
You know, we know that you love pressure washing.
I do. I'm in heaven.
I love pressure washing. So you know,
Yeah.
it's doing things that make you enjoy life.
And that's what's so glorious about the Friesian experience. And Lindsay said, what shines through is the total commitment to these horses and the farm. And you're absolutely right, Lindsay. And Tim has asked if you, it said it's very good. Can you do it all again in French, please?
No.
Non, monsieur.
Non, monsieur. I was going to say I only speak a little French, but I can't even say that.
You can say it in English.
Un petit peu.
There you go. Isn't that a little P? Oh, it's a pois.
Oh, I don't know.
Do French on the rewatch. You can probably select French subtitles.
Yeah.
And it will guess what you say.
Yeah, probably, but
Don't
no.
quite know how accurate
I
it would be.
I struggle with English, let alone trying another language.
We speak a strange sort of Cumbrian.
Yeah. Not as bad as put it down the road. Wow. Wow. Took Tamara ages to work out what he was saying.
Well,
It's
Chris
water.
says that.
Does
he
he?
says water, yeah.
Oh,
Chris does.
okay.
So there we are. That's the language lesson for today. If you hear somebody in Cumbria going, wah,
Water.
wah,
Water.
it's water. Right. Well, there's no more questions. I'll hand you back to Tracey now.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, I
Do
won't.
need to speak even more?
Well, not really, unless you want to.
Okay. Does anybody want to see anything else that I maybe wasn't able to show you during the morning live?
Anybody want to go and have a little wander
I'll
around?
only do it if it's
It
stopped
was
raining.
It has
It
stopped
actually looks
raining.
bright outside.
Yeah.
Did you go to the ship?
I didn't go to the ship, and I don't think Michael's here, but if
He's
anybody
not.
wants to see the shippen or see some of the fencing
Mm.
on the tracks,
Anybody interested? Having a little
Otherwise-
wander around?
we'll end it. What's the time now?
Fencing in the tracks or the
How's
shipping?
Otherwise, don't
Oh,
forget.
yes, Maria would like a little
Okay, we'll have a little
journey
talk.
round. Yeah.
Don't forget,
No
anyone
worries,
else
Maria.
who's on here, I don't know who's still on here.
I'm
We
Paul.
are doing a live hack. I am doing a live hack, aren't I? At, what was it, 4 o'clock today?
Yes, because the weather's
I'll-
going to be
I'll
lovely.
take you out with doubts. And we've got a really special announcement of our next raffle, which
Oh.
is so cool. So cool. And there's going to be a lot of competition for who's going to win
Oh.
this one.
I know what it is, but I'm saying nothing.
So nothing.
Oh, it's very
Nothing.
exciting.
Yes, so join us at 4 o'clock.
Right.
And I'll let you know. Don't know that I'll show it to you. Will I show it to everyone?
No.
No. But
Show a
no.
picture on my phone.
yeah, but
Oh, it is.
Oh,
which will be
great.
out this evening. So I'll tell you about it later.
Yes.
Live.
Yes, I can launch it whenever.
Yeah. But
It's
yeah,
gonna be
watch out for the
fabulous.
vlog.
So yes, they
just
do
go-
want to have a little walk round. Sorry, go on.
Yes, we will. Oh, I could come back to these once I've done a walk around. Or no, we'll just. Oh, my back's gone as well. So just to show you, so that has soaked for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me not fall over.
I wouldn't be able to get up if I'd have got
that's
down
still that nut is still quite hard.
there. Yeah.
So that needs to soak for at least another 15 minutes before we would be able to feed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
still
not
quite
going to do
powdery,
any
isn't it?
harm, but it's better for them if it's nice and completely mushy. You see, Hoytz's takes a bit longer, and then he slops it everywhere. So this is an important part of the feed routine. It all needs mixing in really well to make sure all the supplements and the medications are mixed in, and they're not sort of in clumps in the middle of the bowl. So they'll all get mixed up before they get fed out to everybody.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
So shipping,
Shipping or
Fences.
tracks.
tracks. The tracks are wonderful.
The tracks are wonderful.
That's-
Let's go have a wander.
Should I hold?
Oh yeah, go on then.
Well,
do I need to?
yes.
No, I don't need to look.
Here you are.
No, there you go. Oh, everyone can see you.
Oh, that's
Okay,
much rather
do
than
see.
seeing you.
Oh look. Huh? Oh, look, we can say hello to everyone in the hay hole. Oh yeah, that's something we've got to do today because they've pulled the bale over, which is really annoying.
Oh, everybody.
Oh, you want to see everything, Lindsay? Okay.
Look at that mess in there.
Yeah, they pulled the bale over. Right, where should we go? Oh Lord, there's little Nero. There's little Nero.
Just love him, don't we?
I know. Look, he's trying to eat your hand. You're going to go back out again tonight, young man. Have you had a sleep? In fact, you're not covered in shavings. You haven't had a sleep. I thought you were going to.
Just sing him a
Yeesh.
lullaby.
Yeesh. You can sing him a lullaby if you want to, Anne.
Because everybody will go, they call them.
No, they won't. They're cool. Oh, I'm stuck to a bag. Right, there's little Princey. I don't know whether David and Edward are still here. I mustn't forget to order those things because otherwise David will get really cross with me.
Oh, the posts.
Right, so I don't know whether you're going to be able to hear now because it's very windy and the wind has caused us an absolute nightmare the last few days. Will you ever put a gate on the hay hole? That's it, Maureen, don't know why we hadn't even thought of that. We used to have one of those orange barriers that went across the front.
We did, but Anya could
manipulate
that. A gate's not.
Yeah. Oh, I like that idea, Maureen.
They'd
Another.
be very happy with you needing another gate.
Yeah, another gate. It is. Well, we had to walk into it. This was because Hidda and Micah got into trouble with David yesterday for coming up here and messing with this. So, the tracks. This is Drommy's Drive. We don't have the sign up yet, but it's on the list of things to do. But David has worked really hard to get all these posts in place. We're kind of showing you halfway through, but the whole idea of this, as you know, was to improve the drainage in this area and create a much better surface for the horses to walk on during the winter months, and also to preserve the grass either side. And so Tony and Edward did all the tracks, and then the finishing touches has been to get all the fencing in place, which has not been an easy task given how rocky the ground is. But all the posts are in, and then yesterday David and Edward were putting all of these insulators on here for the electric fencing rope to be attached to. Well, this one is at, and I don't know whether we've made it too narrow. In that, if there were two horses on here, bearing in mind both sides are going to be electrified, if two horses were next to each other, they might accidentally get zapped and turn round and knock the fencing. So I think because the first one that we did in, but the idea is this will link in to tracks that will go all around the top part of the farm. But most importantly, where's the gateway?
Yeah,
No, we agreed that, where did we agree? Anyway, there's going to be lots of gateways. It hasn't finished at all, but the idea is that both sides can be grazed alternately during the summer months when the weather's good, and it's not going to get poached badly in the winter, but we'll still be able to allow the horses to walk up and down here to get their steps in and keep moving and keep being active by having different feeding stations in different places, and that's yet to be finalised. But there will be along here various gateways that will open up. We have a very special place here. This is one of the best places on the farm. You can't say what it is, Anne, so don't say what it is. But we do have a picnic bench that is going to be coming here. Where visitors will be able to sit and just enjoy those beautiful views and the horses in the fields. And this has been very generously and kindly sponsored, but more will be revealed on that in the coming weeks when it gets here. Yeah. Hi everyone from New Zealand. It's a bit late there. Have to sleep in a minute. Well, thank you for joining. Yes, Anne will take you over.
This is absolutely This has to be one of the best places in the world. You'd be able to look at Tracey when she stood there, and horses on that side, and horses here, and then look at that. Oh wow! Just sitting here, not hearing anything except the birds and maybe some horses. It's idyllic. Really, really good for health and well-being. I can't wait till we get the picnic bench.